This is the Porsche Taycan 4. It's the first electric sports car by Porsche, and a little more emphasis, actually, a lot more emphasis on the sports, because the kind of power this packs in, the way it looks, the way it sounds. Trust me, this car is capable of giving you all the heebie-jeebies. See, when most manufacturers are moving towards sharp lines and creases, Porsche has been kind of revisiting its history lesson. As a result, you have a car that still carries the smooth flowing wheel arches, the curvy rear end, and why deviate from that? I mean, this year marks 75 years of Porsche sports cars, and this is another one of their classic timeless designs. You tell me in the comments if there's any other electric car that looks better than this, and I'll take my money back. The headlights are neatly tucked in. There are these air pockets on the bumper, which makes the Taycan look like a regular sports car rather than EV. Now, moving to the side profile, you get these auto-deployed door handles and these large vents that again reduce the drag. Now, the only thing that gives me kind of the mixed feelings are the wheels. Don't get me wrong, these wheels look super cool as well, but I would have preferred the more iconic Mission E-wheel design. But you know what? Let me just get to the customization part, because that's gonna blow your mind. And then there's the rear. The more I look at it, the more I fall in love with it again and again and again. I mean, Porsche clearly deserves an award for creating the best looking light strip. The logo is encased in a glass. You also get an active 3-stage rear spoiler which extends automatically at higher speeds. Now, we being Indians, we can still open it up from the inside to clean it up, and yeah, that's pretty handy. Now, since the battery of this car is on the floor, the foot area is quite raised, which means I think inside is quite a task. But yeah, let's talk about the cabin now. The front seats are 14-way adjustable. There's even extended thigh support, and I'm 6'3" and I had no problem setting the right driving position for myself. So the first thing you'll notice here is this analog clock, which is a nod to the 911 history, really classy. And then there's the fact that this cabin is full of screens. There's actually 5 screens: a 10.9-inch infotainment display in the center, another 10.9-inch display on the passenger side, an 8.4-inch portrait display in the center console, a 16.8-inch curved display for the instrument panel, and lastly, a teeny tiny screen here at the back. Now, all of these screens mean there's no buttons, like at all. See, my favorite is this curved display, which has these 3 customizable panels. Then you have these touch controls on the side to increase the ride height, the chassis stabilization, traction control, headlights, and other handy features. The gear knob is right below the screen here on the left, which I personally felt should have been somewhere in the center, but that's just me. There's also this knob here on the steering to change the drive modes. Then comes the infotainment display. The center, or the main one, shows you all the functions like the aircon, media, navigation, and the car functions. The passenger display is more like a media display, so most of the navigation, media, or phone options can also be controlled by the passenger. The fourth display is also pretty interesting. This has all the aircon controls, and this also works as a digital touchpad to control the main infotainment system, and this has haptic feedback to make it easy while you're driving. Next to the touchpad are these buttons, one to open the boot or the front from right here. There's also this button that lets you see the battery range and cool or heat the battery. Below this are the volume buttons, and this lets you access the 360-degree camera. One of the really cool features of the Taycan 4S is how the aircon works. So these AC vents that you see here are fixed. You can't move them like at all. So if you want to direct the airflow to your face or any other area, you have to do it via the screen. You can just select this and move the airflow wherever you want. I mean, you can also select the air to be diffused or focused if you want that in your face experience. And the whole cabin also feels very airy thanks to the fixed panoramic glass sunroof. Now comes the party trick. The Taycan 4S comes with a 2-speed motor on the back and a 1-speed motor on the front, and all of that combined puts out 429 horsepower and 640 Newton meters of torque on all 4 wheels. But there is an overboost feature that lets you access the full potential of the Taycan by providing you 522 horsepower, and that's like 90 more for a brief period of time when you're using launch control. And trust me when I say that it's completely worth it. I mean, the car just shoots off when you let go of the brake, and the G-forces, trust me, do some weird stuff in your tummy. There are also driving modes here, and there's this Sport Plus mode which changes the whole feel of the car. It adds this artificial futuristic sound. The throttle gets way more responsive, and it just adds the whole feel of a sports car. And don't get me wrong, this is not a lightweight car. This weighs 2.2 tons. but you don't feel the weight in the corners. Now, this was my first proper sports car experience, and honestly, even without the launch control, this is crazy fast off the mark, and handling is obviously impressive, and the steering wheel is just lovely to use. Also, I was under the impression that driving a sports car would be fun, but a tiny bit uncomfortable. Turns out I was so wrong. I mean, this is obviously a fast car. This is fast, but this is also very comfortable. I mean, the air suspension soaks up bumps with such ease, and I live in Noida and we have big speed breakers here, but not once did this car ever scrape. Plus, the Taycan lets you raise the chassis level through this option, so you can always use it in case of a big bump. Now, one anxiety I had with an electric sports car like this is obviously the range. This has a 79.2 kilowatt hour battery, and on full charge it shows a range of around 380 to 400 kilometers, which also depends on your driving. But if you are hooning like me, this number will drop pretty fast. This also has preset brake energy recuperation, which obviously adds to the range and also adds a bit of engine braking characteristic to an EV. I also like that this has 2 charging ports and it opens up electronically with this touch gesture. The left supports both AC and DC charging, while the right supports AC charging only. Now, remember I talked about the customization? Well, this car starts at rupees 1.7 crores and every single thing about this car is customizable. Every little detail. The wheels, customizable. These headlights, customizable. The sunroof, customizable. Every single panel in this car, customizable. You can even get custom text painted right here on this car. And let's say you have a lot of money, like a lot of money. You can completely spec out this car at 3 crores. 1.7 crores, 3 crores. 1.7 crores, 3 crores. Look, all jokes apart, the Porsche Taycan 4S is a pure performance car. It's meant to give you all the thrill in the world while being silent, electric, and drivable every single day. It's hardcore when you want it to, it's luxurious when you want it to. And no matter how many brands come and go, a Porsche will always be a Porsche.